Hello there. Yes, the first thing you might notice is, Scotty, what is this? What's going on? Well, if you noticed in my last cooking video with Michael Myers, I moved my setup into the living room. Well, I don't have any lighting to do the reviews out there at night because I only have one lamp. And the lighting in the kitchen doesn't work with, even though it's almost like right there, doesn't work. So when I do reviews at night, it'll be in here, sitting like this. But then there'll be ones during the day will be out there. So the ones I do tomorrow, if I do any tomorrow, which I probably will be out there. And then I have a little bit of an announcement, which probably won't happen until January, but I'll make the announcement at the end of the video. So right now we are talking about Don't Breathe. This movie directed by Fede Alvarez, who did the Evil Dead remake, which was, I think, it was my number one in my 31 on 31. So, it's going to be good. I wanted to do this for Halloween Horror Month, but couldn't fit it in. So, I'm like, I have to do this. I really wanted to watch this, and I can't wait till next year to do it. So, I figured I'll just do it now. So, this movie, while I do really like this movie, it frustrates the hell out of me. And it starts, what's the story? You gotta say the story first, Scotty. Okay, well, the story is, these three people, I don't know if they're supposed to be teenagers or what, they break in to this guy's house. They do break-ins, and but they do it only the houses that this character Alex, his house. It's always his house. No, his house is that his dad works for a security company. He only breaks into the houses which security companies are, they're protected by that security company. Can't say English. They only break into the houses protected by that security company. So, this leads them to the house of a blind man, which I think would be easy pickings. When they get there, they discover it's a lot more complicated than they thought it would be, and that's the story. Right away, the beginning of this movie sort of ruins the movie for you. It shows the blind man dragging the main character Rocky, played by Jane Levy, down the street. So you know that something's gonna happen where she doesn't get away. At least you can presume. And that kind of starts on a down note. But you start off with this this break-in with the three main characters, sort of. Alex, Rocky, and Money. I hate Money. I hate him so much. If it wasn't for him, they wouldn't be stuck in the situation they're in the movie. And I'll tell you why. I mean, he gets them the job, but that's not why. Alright? So, this is the first part that frustrates me. They get in his house, because he's an idiot. He's an idiot. They get in the house, they break in, whatever. They start to steal stuff. They can't steal above a certain amount to make it like small theft or whatever. They get in there and like the other two, Alex and Rocky, they're stealing stuff. And then you got Money pissing all over the floor. Okay, first of all, dumbass, that's DNA. They can take your sample of your DNA. You can swab that piss, put it in a DNA thing, do a DNA test. Boom, you're screwed, pal. Not that he gets that far, but I'm just saying. And then they talk about how Rocky wants to go to California, but Alex doesn't want to leave his dad, which I understand, and she understands. She wants to get out of there. Her family life sucks. Typical white trash family. I understand why she wants to get herself and her sister out of there. So, yeah, they do this house. The blind man is given to money by and he goes to this guy to get the money that they need, and this job is given to him by this guy. That's not why money's stupid. That's not what pisses me off about money, and why he could have all been avoided. So, you go in there, he sees that he's blind, this is going to be easy, fine. So they go into the house, he has a dog, they use some weird tranquilizer thing to knock him out, and then they go through the house, they have to find a HQ penny, even though he's got with the security system, he's still got other locks on the doors. And right away, that would be a red flag. Why does he have more than just a security system? And they're like, oh, he just doesn't fully trust the security system. Oh, fine. But you gotta think there's something else going on here other than what, oh, he just wants to protect the money. No, it's gotta be more than that. It's gotta be more than that. But they find a way in through a window, and they're able to shut off the security system. And then, they read in the paper about the settlement. Somebody, but the money they're after, they get told that, there was an accident, the guy's daughter was killed, and instead of the person who did it going to jail, they paid a settlement. Because it was a rich person, and so they just paid the money to get out of it, so they didn't have to go to jail or anything. And, that kind of sets up why they want to steal the money. Like, it's like what they want to steal actually is the money that he got from the settlement. Because it's a lot of money, and that's where they're breaking in. So I said that because, one, it's part of the plot, and two, when they go upstairs, when money goes upstairs to, I think it's money goes upstairs, they do this gas thing supposed to put him to sleep. And this is where the frustrating thing starts to happen. Okay. One, they throw the thing in there, and it starts to fill up the room. Okay. And immediately he goes downstairs, and they say, okay, it's in there, it's gotta be working, and boom, he pops the door open with he puts the bottle on it, so it's supposed to silence or suppress it or whatever, but he doesn't wait long enough for it to happen. You gotta think, this guy's been in a war. You don't think he doesn't know just to cover up his face? That he couldn't hear them throw something in there and then cover his face? And he gets downstairs, and that's what's also frustrating, is that it's so quick that he gets downstairs, he's like right there. I'm like, okay. And then money. While he tries to defend Alex and Rocky by saying he's the only one there, he should have. Now, yeah, he shouldn't have pulled the gun on the guy, because the guy acts like he's some old blind dude, but then boom, and money's dead, and now I'm not one to kind of side with thieves, but if he had just, and the other two were shocked, whatever. But, like, if he would, just kept, like, I it's just me, just let me go, you can't see my face, you can tell who I am, and I don't, I didn't steal anything, and he would leave, the guy would go back upstairs, then the other two, he'd be probably a little bit iffy on it, but they could wait. And then the other two could steal the money. But no, he had to act all hard like a gangster, pull his gun out, and now he's dead. So, and here's the fault on the blind guy. Because he doesn't know for sure that Money was the only one there. But as soon as he kills Money, he goes right to the safe. Me, I would have felt around to see if I could find anything else or anyone else around there. Not just go straight to the safe, which is what they would be trying to steal. Well, now they know where the safe is. So, now we get to the part that really kind of gets me frustrated. The guy is blind. How is he able to be there like that all the time? Because they get, okay. Because the first thing is they decide to go down to this the basement. And they got it unlocked. And that's when he gets all frantic or whatever. And they go down there and they discover there's two twists. No, it's not. This is the wrong movie. There's a twist. Well, there's kind of two twists. Like, the first twist is that he's not a weak old man. He can fight back. But you get the second twist. Like, why do I have this facing me? I never do that. I don't know. Second twist where he's actually got the woman who ran over his. I guess there's three twists. There's the woman that's down accidentally killed his daughter, like strapped up in the basement. And there's a further twist when it's revealed that she is actually pregnant. Don't worry, it's not rape or anything. Even though I don't think it's much better. He inseminated her with a turkey baster because after that happens, he gets a hold of Rocky. I don't know fucking how. But he does. This guy is blind. I understand he can hear. Alright? He's supposedly, even though I hear it's a myth, supposedly your other senses get heightened when you're blind. But he's still blind. There's no way he should be able to catch up with them at all. Even though there's a point where they're in the basement trying to get out and he turns on the light so they can't see. So he has a little bit of advantage, right? So, but at that point, yes, he can hear. That doesn't mean he should be right on them. Like, they get to where they see the door, and he's just right there. It's like, what? There's no way. Because he was at the back door when he turned the light off, and then all of a sudden he's right there. He's blind! He can't navigate around the whole freaking house that fast. There's no way. He is blind. You gotta write a blind person better than you do in this movie, okay? I hate to be angry, but he's blind. Blind people don't work like that. Okay? Another thing that frustrates me is after there's a point where they get separated and Alex is fighting, whatever. And yeah, he stabs down thinking he got Alex, but he gets Money's body. Okay, this is not frustrating. I'm just kind of saying this. And then, but Alex, they end up running upstairs where they have to jump out a window. Rocky goes down a tube thing, and Alex lands on this glass. And the dog's awake and everything, chasing him around, whatever. But the one thing that gets me is they go to leave, right? This guy takes an ass kicking and gets back up like that. He's blind. He wouldn't get up that fast. He wouldn't be able to find his bearings that fast. No matter how well he's tried to. I know it's his own house, so he can circumnavigate that. But he's still blind. He can't get around, even if he's got his whole house pegged by feeling. He still can't get around as fast as someone who could see their way through because he's blind. Alright? So, we get into the part that really irks me. It has to do with the opening. As they're getting ready to leave, the blind guy shoots Alex, which should be impossible because, I'm saying this again, he's blind! Despite if he hears where they are, he can only shoot in the direction. There's no way he can guarantee to shoot either of them on the first shot. But yet he shoots Alex right in the fucking ear. And you think, oh, he just got him in the ear, but Alex dies. Or at least he does end up dead. And then Rocky gets out. And she runs, and she's like, oh, you're fucked now. And then he sends the dog out. Fine. And yeah, she gets to their car, and the dog's there. Fine, he heard the dog. But he knows exactly where she is. He grabs her, pulls her back. He knows exactly where she is. Bullshit. He is blind. He would not know exactly where she is. He grabs without hesitation right at her. There would at least be some fumbling trying to find her. He would not just and grab her right away. Alright, that's what really frustrates me. This guy is blind. For all intents and purposes, she is free to go. He should not be able to find her. He should get to the area where the dog was barking, but then she should be able to run away. He would not be able to grab her because he would not be able to see her because he is blind. Okay? So then we get the scene where he drags her back to the house. There's the fight. And this guy's got his ass kicked by these guys. For all intents and purposes, he should be dead by now. To the point where she actually does appear to kill him and then knock him back down the basement steps. Okay. She gets away before the cops get there because she sets off the alarm to mess with his hearing. She knocks him down the steps. For all intents and purposes, he should be dead. Right? Right? No. Because we gotta set up sequel bait. And supposedly we're getting a sequel. I don't know if they can plan for a sequel, but we're getting a sequel. And they gotta bring Jane Levy back. Because if they don't, I'm gonna be disappointed because I hate it when they do sequels to movies and don't bring back the original cast members. Alright? So this is the part that really got me. And this, all this stuff I'm sitting on when he just grabbed it. I'm like, what? But this one really got me to shout out in the theater. All right. Rocky gets away. She has the money, whatever. And she's at the airport with her sister. They get ready to go to Florida, California, whatever. And then she hears on the news about the incident. And that the guy was robbed by two people. And the guy's still alive. I remember when I first watched this in the theater, I'm sitting there going, bullshit! That guy went through hell. And he got kicked down the fucking stairs. There's no way he'd be alive. He would have broken his neck. Alright? But he's still alive. And he didn't report Rocky because he wouldn't want to be, he didn't want any investigation or anything. But here's the thing. They would have found him in the basement. The cops are going to go through the house to get evidence. They're going to see his little sugar shack he's got down there. I wonder why there was straps and why he's got semen in the freezer. If I remember correctly, he left the thing out when he went to inseminate her. So it's still sitting out down there. Sorry. So how he got off scot-free, I don't know, because the cops would have investigated the whole house. And being that he's blind, he won't be able to see where they're going. Here, yes. But even if it hurt him go towards don't go in the basement. Oh, why don't want us to go in the basement? There's no way this guy would be off scot-free. Well, yeah, he got rid of, because like I didn't mention this, but the pregnant woman, he accidentally killed. And that makes sense. He fired one shot into the place he couldn't see. He accidentally shot her, and that's how they found out that she was pregnant. Well, he buries her in concrete in the basement, so that there's no evidence or anything. But like I said, he left the semen sitting out. He has the whole room down there. They're gonna question him about that for something. He ain't going away scot-free. There's gonna be questioning, I'm sure. And that's how it ends. she sees the thing on the news, and that's how it ends. Guys, in spite of my bitching, I do like this movie. I'm going to get an 8 out of 10. I really do enjoy watching this. It's just there's some things that frustrate me that they could have. That he's a blind man and they have him do way more than a blind person could ever do. No, I don't personally know any blind people, but I doubt that a blind person would be able to do all that, even if he was in the armed forces. Sure, he'd be able to defend himself, but he wouldn't. The one thing that gets me is that he finds her so damn quick. Yes, the dog is barking, so that's how he was able to find her. But he would not be able to actually be able to pinpoint her exact location to grab her from behind and whack her down. That makes no sense. Other than that, 8 out of 10. What are your thoughts on Don't Breathe? Let me know in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe. And love, peace, and chicken grease.